Maplewood, Pennsylvania, a small town where everyone knows everyone's Wi-Fi password, was waking up to the soft chaos of late spring. The streets glistened from an overnight drizzle, sprinklers hummed in manicured yards, and neighbors waved through misty windows. Houses ranged from neat two-story colonials to slightly crooked bungalows, each with a story stitched into peeling paint and mailbox stickers. Eddie Thompson, 35, local handyman and aspiring social media content creator, rolled out of bed in faded pajama pants and a coffee-stained hoodie. Eddie wasn't tall, wasn't particularly coordinated, and had a laugh that came out more like a startled hyena. But his enthusiasm for capturing funny fails was unmatched. In a world full of TikToks, viral videos, and slow-motion disasters, Eddie Thompson had a noble mission: prove that failing spectacularly was not only funny but also deeply educational, in the sense that you learn to keep trying. The day began innocuously. Eddie's target, filming a compilation of minor mishaps around Maplewood, a skateboard wobble here, a cat knock over there, a kid slipping on a wet leaf for maximum comedic value. His first stop, Harrison Park, where spring blossoms mingled with soggy grass. Eddie, holding a tripod, tried to record Timothy, a local 12-year-old, attempting a double kickflip on a skateboard. The trick went predictably wrong. Timothy's foot caught the board midair, sending him in a slow-motion somersault into a patch of tulips. Eddie yelped, almost tripping over a sprinkler. Lesson 1. Tulips hurt less than pride, sometimes. Next, Eddie roamed the residential streets. He filmed Mrs. Donnelly, the 70-something retired schoolteacher, chasing her runaway dog, Peanut, who had stolen a neighbor's sandwich. She slipped on a wet driveway, slid gracefully into a hedge, and emerged with twigs in her hair, a triumphant warrior of suburban chaos. Elderly or not, dignity is optional. Humility is guaranteed. By mid-morning, Eddie had amassed a collection of clips: toddlers toppling lemonade stands, a jogger tripping over his own shoelaces, a mail truck narrowly avoiding a rogue frisbee. Eddie's hoodie was smeared with coffee, his shoes splattered with mud, but his spirit remained intact. There's beauty in a compilation of failures. It's literally life teaching you. You're human, you're imperfect, and it's okay to laugh at yourself, preferably not while getting hit by frisbees. Eddie paused near Maplewood's central fountain, rain glinting off the stone. Children ran through the water, shrieking, parents yelled reminders, and Eddie's tripod collapsed mid-shot. He groaned, but the slow-motion replay on his phone made him chuckle. Sometimes, the camera fails before the subject does. That's irony, Maplewood style. If life were a video, some days would be slow-motion tumbles, some would be accidental frisbee dodges, and some would be the moment you realize you're the star of your own funny fail compilation. Welcome back to Maplewood, where the sun comes out to dry puddles, and people, accidental or not, make art out of disaster. It was late afternoon, and the sun had finally wrestled the clouds into submission. Maplewood streets sparkled under golden light, puddles reflecting tree blossoms like miniature mirrors. Eddie, still in his coffee-stained hoodie, had dragged his tripod and camera into the heart of the Maplewood Community Fair, a patchwork of tents, food trucks, and handmade signs reading, "Fun, food, fail, try again." The fair was bustling. Kids ran with oversized cotton candy, parents juggled toddlers and iced coffees, and the smell of funnel cakes mingled with wet grass. Eddie's goal today: capture a grand compilation finale, a medley of minor disasters turned heartwarming victories. First up, Maggie, the 10-year-old from the park, attempted a three-legged race with her dad, Ray, a lanky mechanic in grease-stained jeans and a neon green t-shirt. They tripped, rolled, and tumbled into a patch of mud, emerging laughing, messy, and victorious in spirit if not in form. Lesson 1. Elegance is optional. Laughter is mandatory. Nearby, Grandma Lou, 82, tried to balance a stack of homemade pies on a folding table. A gust of wind toppled it, and pies splattered across the grass. Instead of yelling, she clapped her hands and shouted, "Looks like we're having pie salad." A statement that would echo in local lore for weeks. Eddie's camera caught Tommy, a young jogger from Scene 1, running across the wet fairgrounds and slipping in slow motion right into a kiddie pool set up for charity dunking. Water flew everywhere, spectators shrieked, and Eddie nearly fell over laughing while filming. You can't plan these moments. You can't fake them, and if you try, well, you probably fall into a puddle somewhere. As the sun dipped lower, Eddie moved to capture the most symbolic part of his compilation: community effort amidst chaos. Volunteers were helping each other pick up spilled lemonade, Children were handing napkins to mud-covered competitors, and everyone laughed at each other's minor disasters. In every slip and splash, Eddie saw resilience, cooperation, and the subtle artistry of human imperfection. Funny fails are not just fails. They're proofs. Proof that people try, fall, get muddy, spill drinks, and somehow, miraculously, keep going. At the final segment, Eddie set up a slow-motion shot of Peanut the dog. Yes, Peanut survived scene 1 and made a cameo, chasing a frisbee across a puddle-strewn field. The frisbee slipped, Peanut dove, rolled spectacularly, and emerged triumphant, soaked but proud. Kids cheered. Adults chuckled. Eddie hit record, capturing the essence of Maplewood in one glorious, muddy, glorious moment. This is it. Every trip, every slip, every awkward tumble, culminating in a mosaic of joyful imperfection. And if you pay attention, there's a message in the mess. As evening settled, string lights flickered on across the fairgrounds, illuminating faces still streaked with mud, smiles plastered over grass stains, and clothes damp with victory. Eddie reviewed the footage: toddlers toppling lemonade stands, Grandma Lou laughing amid pie carnage, joggers slipping but finishing their laps, three-legged race participants covered in mud, Peanut's dramatic frisbee victory. There it is. Life is messy, unpredictable, awkward, sometimes painful, often hilarious. And yet, in every fall, every mistake, every pie salad or muddy sprint, there's progress. There's joy. There's a reason to get back up, reset, and try again. Eddie ended his day standing on a small hill overlooking the fair, camera slung around his neck, hands covered in flour and coffee, watching families, friends, and neighbors interact. Twilight painted the sky in soft golds and purples, a cinematic haze over Maplewood that felt like both an ending and a beginning. He typed the caption for his compilation: funny fails, muddy triumphs, and every little tumble, keep going. Because sometimes the greatest victories are the ones that don't look like victories at all. They're just life reminding you to stand up, laugh at yourself, and keep going.
Like and subscribe if you want to be happy and motivate.